Hi and welcome to the Hellraiser blog once again. Brought to you today from the Algarve in Portugal. Today's Hellraiser blog is going to cover the Charles Martin Anthony Joshua IBF World Heavyweight title fight. Fight takes place in a Matchroom show on Sky Sports on the 9th of April. It's at the O2. Really looking forward to it. I don't think it should be a world title fight, these two, because I think the world title was won by Tyson Fury away from home, and for me he's the man that beat the man, so to speak. But the governing bodies have to enforce their mandatories. Tyson Fury didn't want to go and fight, quite understandably, against who they were proposing, so we end up with Charles Martin fighting a Polish guy based in America called Glazkov. Charles Martin beat him fairly easily, so he's the champion. In his first defence, wants to earn some money, get a payday, don't blame him, and can't blame Eddie Hearn and Matchroom for wanting to get Anthony Joshua a foot in the door with the world title scene. So they've brought the fight to the UK. I favour Joshua to win it, but I don't think it's as easy as maybe some people would expect it to be. I think there's some interesting things in the fight that make it maybe more of a gamble than what some people think. I mean, the reason why I think Charles Martin, they think it's an easy way of winning a world title because he hasn't really boxed anyone of world-class level. But he's boxed one of my guys. He boxed Rafael Zambano, the world-rated heavyweight, Brazilian heavyweight that I've had, that actually Joshua knocked out in 2 rounds. Charles Martin stopped him in the 10th and last round. I don't see him actually as an easy route. He's a 10-round fighter. He's very steady. He's very safe defensively. He's trained by Henry Tillman, the former American heavyweight who won a gold medal in the Olympics. Boxed Mike Tyson, was a decent level pro. My gut feeling is Joshua still wins it. I think he'll win it probably second half of the fight, because to take the level of power that he has for the amount of time, the duration of a 12-round fight, I don't think it's going to happen. I think still it's a sticky fight. You know, I mean, if you watch the Hellraiser blog before the Dillian Whyte Joshua fight, I said, look, Dillian Whyte's a lot better than what people think he is, or know that he is. Only because he hasn't boxed anyone any good doesn't mean that he's no good himself. He will give Joshua nightmares in there, and I think he did in the fight. He dragged Joshua well out of his comfort zone, and really caused him some major problems. Why do I think Charles Martin will cause problems? Firstly, his height. He's 1 inch shorter than Anthony Joshua, which Joshua's not used to fighting guys that tall. And my feeling is that he will, from that side alone, and he's very steady and tight and conservative defensively, whereas a lot of the guys that Joshua's fought have been sort of way past the sell-by date. Their reflexes aren't there, the defence hasn't been there. Charles Martin has a very tight, conservative defence, and he'll walk forwards. He will walk down Joshua, and Joshua will be throwing those big shots as he does. If he connects with one, this is heavyweight boxing, one punch can be the end of the fight. But if Charles Martin can show what he's shown me in his previous fights and can contain Joshua, I think he also, same as Dillian Whyte did, can drag Anthony Joshua out of his comfort zone, and we'll see a real fight there. Because for me, Charles Martin, I mean, he's done 7 10-rounders already. He is, to me, a 10-round fighter. And when he boxed my guy Zambano, he paced his fight perfectly, stopping him in the last round. If he can continue to do what he's always done and keep his hands tight and move his head and use his feet and get through, he will cause nightmares for Joshua. I still favour Joshua to win him, especially as they tire and their feet come closer together. And the big shots start to land, and I think he'll take him out on power alone. But I've never seen Martin wobbled. I've studied him. I've never seen him hurt or badly sort of shaken. And I think, although he was beaten early on, you've got to remember he doesn't come from a boxing background. He comes from an American football background and had to learn his boxing later on. So, okay, that's the prediction. I think Joshua, second half of the fight, if I had to say exactly, I'll go for round 8. The iBet Boxing that I'm often plugging because they offer such great value and good odds on their website. I know they're planning something special for this fight. Doesn't cost you anything to open an account with iBet Boxing. You can open the account and let it sit there, never bet a penny. But I know that for the Joshua Martin fight, if you have an account with them, they've got some super deals coming up, and you can get a bet. I mean, you know, bet whatever you think. But I think personally, I think Joshua in 8. Anyway, that's the Hellraiser blog for this week. Thanks very much, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.